What is going on? Okay. Right. I think we are live. I think we are. Man, this is crazy. People, are we live? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Give me a shout and let me know if we are live. That'd be great if you can do that. We've had some crazy technical issues today, man. I don't even know what the hell happened. Yeah, what's going on? John Paul, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you do both? Can you hear me and see me? Because I don't know what happened earlier. But yeah, my apologies, man. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, people. Okay, I am live. Okay. All right, brilliant. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, thank you for jumping on this live, man. It's a bit later than per usual, but hey, man, it is what it is. I even tried it 3 times. I tried it the first time, nothing happened, which is crazy. Tried it a second time, I just see a blank screen. I don't know what you lot were seeing, but I was seeing a blank screen. And then tried it the third time, and then still no luck. So yeah, that was crazy. But we're here now. That probably will affect the numbers, but hey, man, it is what it is. We're still the show must go on, man. The show must go on. You know the crazy thing? I use EV Mux for my live streams, but they've been a bit temperamental, and I'm paying for that because they have all these different features I don't really use that much. I really just use the live stream, but I'm gonna look into that, man, because a lot of people use OBS. I think OBS is like the free platform for streaming. Then you've got other ones like yeah, EV Mux, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm using. But I don't know, man. Not happy with how that went down, you know. Yeah, man, the technology. Yeah, that's why I don't rely too much on technology, man. I'm the guy that has the notepad. I still write things in the notepad, so yeah, I never trust technology. You never know what can happen, innit? But good to see you guys, man. What is going on? As I said, man, the show must go on, and the show is going on. What's going on, Will? Yeah, welcome to another episode of Life After 40. My name is MJ. Good to see you all. Sorry for the technical difficulties before, because I usually like to start at 10 o'clock. Obviously, we're starting a bit later, but hey, the show must go on, man. So, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever good it is, wherever you're watching me from. People on TikTok, what is going on, man? I see Shadow there and Cash 18. If I miss comments, apologies, man, but try and leave the comments. I'll try and read them out still on my that's my TikTok gang there, you know. Um, yeah, man. Watching you and Netflix boxing with Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul later. Man, you know what? I ain't even got time for that, man. Like, I'm sorry. That's a farcical. Like, when you see them do the face to face, like, I'm like, the face off, I'm like, nah, that's ridiculous, man. I mean, Jake Paul, if it don't get dealt with in the first 2 rounds, there's a fix. The fix is in. I'm sorry. I didn't believe the Mike Tyson Jake Paul one was a fix. I believe Mike Tyson was shot to bits. And I said that for the longest time. People said, no, Mike Tyson's gonna win. I said, listen, just because you see him hitting the pads, pads don't hit back. Remember Brucey said, what was it? Boards don't hit back, well, pads don't hit back. So Tyson looked good in that, but he didn't in a real fight, he didn't look so good. This is a different story, man. AJ is he's a bit of a weirdo, but he's an athlete, man. He's a boxer. He was trained to do this. So yeah, that's gonna be lights out, man. If it ain't lights out, then the fix is in. So yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I'm into boxing, but I'm not gonna watch that. Let me know what happens in it. Well, I don't know what time it's gonna be on, but I'll check it out, man. What is going on? Georgina, hope you are good. I've been good, man. I've been good. Every time someone asks me that, I think, oh shit, what can I say? Because obviously at this moment in time, I am signed off for stress in it from work. So, things could be better. Let's just say that. And I get text messages from people at work, and I know they care, some of the people, saying how you are, but it's hard to say, like, yeah, I'm the same as before. When I'm out of work, it's good. It's just when it's down to work, it's a totally different story, man. But they've signed me. I don't know if I mentioned before in the last live stream, they signed me a health practitioner. So they're gonna have to do checks on me and see if I'm fit to work. The way these people are messaging me, man, I think they think I'm like ready to jump off a roof. Like the way it's mad, it's mad, it's mad. But yeah, I'm long. Yeah, that's a long-winded answer for you, but I'm good. I am good. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm nah, nah. Work from home, nah. What's up, Will? But no, no work from home. I'm just living from home. Like I'm not working. I've been signed off for months now. I've got a meeting on the 9th of Jan with a health practitioner, so that things will be decided then, hopefully, and hopefully this will all be sorted out. But yeah, I'm just at home, but I'm being with my little 2-year-old man, bonding with my little kid, so that's good, man. I'm loving that, you know. Um, what's going on, mum of many? What is good? Nick 6856 evening, evening, evening. What is good? And again, sorry for the weird issues I had. What's going on, Rain? See you on TikTok. Jerry Burke. How go you stay active? How do you stay active? Maybe you think. How do I stay active? I stay active by there's always something to do. I have a neurodiverse gaming club that I do tomorrow that starts at 12 to 3. So I'm doing that. I'm trying to get into mentoring as well. Oh, by the way, my YouTube people and TikTok as well. Check out the Patreon, man. I'm on the Patreon. I do videos that you don't ever see on YouTube or anywhere else. A bit more fruity videos I'm going to be doing on there, watch alongs, but I also do mentoring on there as well, man. If you want to book a call with me and stuff like that, because I'm actually training in it as well. But just I have life experience, man. I'm training for it to get the certificates, but I have this life experience, just living. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Of course I'm not. I'm bloody signed off for stress, but I am very good at reading signals and reading what people are going through and dealing with that, because a lot of the stuff you're not telling me, I've been through it or going through it. Do you know what I mean? And I always put more life experience over education. You can give me someone that's been educated and went to law school or whatever. Yeah, that's good. But if you're telling me you've never had any issues or anything like that, then I'm not really going to be with it. If I'm going there for mental health aspects or whatever. But if you tell me you've lived through this shit, you've lived through this stuff, yeah, I'm going to be about it. So yeah, man, that's yeah. Can you please drop me a link to the Patreon? Yeah, it's in the description of this video. Yeah, it should be in the description. So check out, man. I think the highest costing tier is like £5. I think. I can't remember. What did I put it as? Oh, no, I don't even know my own tiers. The £4 option that gives you pretty much everything, but the £5 one that lets you book calls with me. You can do it face to face. You can do it over the phone. I've done one call already. But you can do it however you want to do it, man. And that's you can do it every month, or as I've got more time, you can do it. You can book a couple calls a month, whatever, man. Just so you can talk to me or just let loose and just speak to someone else. Because a lot of the stuff that we go through, we can't really tell our friends and family because we get judged by it. But you can talk to me, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah, check out link it is in the description below or in this video. So check that out. I want to get into Christmas, but let me go for some of your comments. Yeah, I'm well just pleased I've made it to live from the beginning this time. Yeah, well, listen, we had an early live, but that mucked up, so maybe things were meant to be, 2.8 million adults are currently on long-term sickness in the UK. This is what I'm saying, man. There is a sickness. There is a sickness. I've known it for a long time. This illness, man. And I think people use certain things to get over it, certain like social media or TV, friends, music, whatever, to deal with it. But it's really coping mechanisms, because when you get away from that, you face life. It's hard for some people, and some of the people that couldn't face it and it got too much for them aren't here with us anymore, or they're dealing with really real bad mental health issues. So yeah, man, we are a burnt out nation, man. We are. Um, Need to get on that job search ASAP. Sounds toxic where you are. Mate, I've never experienced anything like it. I'm 41, I've experienced a lot of stuff. This, I've never experienced anything like it. So yeah. Uh Many of us have degrees in this topic of life. Many of us have lived it. Many of us have lived it, you know. Um You're right, bro. It's PWRL. You're right, bro. You ready for Agenda 2030? What's Agenda 2030? Let me know. Let me know. Everyone in the UK is miserable. Well, I tell you what, they were miserable when it was blimmin' raining. What day was it when it was raining all day? I don't know. It was the day before last, I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, people, before I get into the video, just want to say, yeah, so like I said, check out the Patreon. The people that have joined the Patreon, thank you very much for joining. The topic of today's video is going to be Christmas. We remember versus the Christmas we have. So look back into the past, look into the future. I also want to know from you, man, like I want to talk the movies and songs. I want to know like your favorite movies, because I've got a favorite Christmas movie, but it's a movie in kind of relation to how I see the world, which is why I like it. It's not a lot of people's favorite movie, Christmas movie, that is. So yeah. Also, oh, by the way, this is a bit of a random one. So, I was contacted by a company called Do Not Age. They're a health research organization focused on anti-aging, and I get a lot of affiliate programs contacting me. They see me driving, so it's usually driving related or all this other stuff. I kind of ignore it because I like to keep authentic. The only one I did do was one you guys probably saw before, BetterHelp, when I was sponsored by BetterHelp that time. But this is quite cool, man. So this company, yeah, they're into sort of health and anti-aging, and they have supplements there, and their mission is to to extend healthy lifespans, and then not just in case of just living, you get old but you don't live properly. So in regards to aging and aging healthily, aging with vibrance, you know what I'm saying, and not looking too old when you age. 'Cause a lot of us, even me, man, I look in the mirror, I'm like, yo, I'm getting old. I look older than I should do because of stress and whatnot. So these people they're really good, and they sent me some stuff. So I'm on this dosage, man. So they sent me these things. So I've got one. Okay, see that one? I've got one here. This is for sleep. It's a natural sleep formula. So yeah, it helps like your melatonin levels. You've got this one here, replenishes bone and muscle and health and overall longevity. And I've got this one, Pure NR. So this is good. This is for proper age relating, combat age growth, basically. It helps your metabolism, sort of. So yeah, I've got these. So I'm gonna take these. Yeah, apparently you feel the effects, or you see the effects within like a few weeks. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna let you know if this is like if it is good at what they say it is, or if it's not. So I'll let you know, man. But one thing, I was actually talking to the guy, and he was saying a lot of these supplements we take, they've done tests on it, and some of the ingredients they have are not the ingredients that are put on the actual box, the actual not box, the actual container. So yeah, a lot of these supplements, you think you're getting certain things, zinc, whatever, and actually scientifically testing it, and the ingredients are wrong or they're not present. So yeah, you got to watch out for that. I didn't even know this, but actually, you Google it. Yeah, there's research that's actually found that some of these organizations are lying. So apparently, they claim to be good. So we're gonna try that, man. I'm gonna let you know. So yeah, that's my that's my. I'm a guinea. I'll be a guinea pig for you guys. Yeah, that's what I do. If you start seeing me look like 20, then I think it's probably working. I'm gonna go into a few more comments, and then we're gonna start this. Topic today. Your family and happiness is more important than work, of course. Oh, definitely, man. Agenda 2030 is that you will own nothing. Oh, that agenda. I get mixed up with the agendas. Oh yeah, that old agenda. You will you will own nothing, but yeah, that one. What was the original question to that? I can't remember. Oh, am I ready for it? It is what it is, man. Like, listen, I don't let these things. This is why I was into these supplements. I was into like doing this because I feel we're gonna need to be our most optimum physical and mental, especially mental, um, point in our lives more than ever before. I feel that we're gonna get bombarded by attack. We're getting bombarded by attacks now, mental, physical. They're putting all sorts of stuff in food, and I won't go too much into it because it's YouTube. So I won't go too much into it, but we're under attack as it is, which is why the way we feel, how we feel right now. So I'm all about like building up the mind. That's another reason why I go to gym. I don't go to gym for my body. I go to gym for my mind, man, because I like to do when you hit that wall where you're on the treadmill, you can't go any further and you're getting tired. I like to keep going and push myself because I just feel that's like pushing my brain. That's why I have the freezing cold showers. I get scared to have. I have 2 freezing cold showers per week. I get scared. I have to do a countdown. I do Mel Robbins countdown 5 to 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I go in. That and it hurts, but I'm trying to really, really like build myself mentally because yeah, we're gonna. It's gonna be a battle, man. It is gonna be a battle. You may think I'm chatting rubbish, but listen, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be literally strong survive, and that's not physically. I don't think that's physically. That's mentally. So yeah, yeah, transhumanism. Yeah. Mum of many, I was speaking to this old man who lived through the war, and it was just nice to have a chat and learn about how things were in real time. God, simple things such as these are beautiful. He was happy. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, he's happy to chat. Yeah, sometimes you hear these people's lives where they didn't have much. And I'm gonna go into something about that in the Christmas sort of breakdown how it used to be for myself. But when you didn't have much and yeah, it's life was simpler. It was much more happier. It was much more happier. Uh, so yeah, let me. Okay, okay, okay. Right. So I see comments there, but we're getting to the comments already. I just realized because this is a new live stream I set up. I ain't put the blimmin' number for the chat. So hold on a minute. Let me just because a call-in show. I ain't put the number for you because I don't know the number off by heart. Do you know what I mean? So hold on 1 second. Um, I've got to get the number. One, oh, 1 second, 1 second. I'm going to put that in the chat so you'll be able to call. So let me just do this real quick. This is behind the scenes stuff, man. Okay, done it. Right, cool. So this is the number. So yeah, it's going to be a call-in show. If you want to call in, talk about Christmas, talk about your favorite movies, what it means to you. If you don't like Christmas, because I know there's a lot of strong opinions on Christmas. I know that. So the number, if you want to call and have a chat, is 07521 398 982. That is 07521 398 982. You can call via WhatsApp or just a normal call, depending where you are. The number has to be seen. Like, it can't be private. I don't ask a private number. No. So yeah, let me know. But the number's off for now. The number's going to be offline for now. I'm going to, as you know, how we usually do. I'll do my little spiel, and we go into the comments. But yeah. Oh, whoa, hold on, man. We got Deluded Guna. Oh my gosh, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? We got Deluded Guna. I watch your stuff, man. There's an Arsenal, there's an Arsenal content creator, and he talks some good stuff, man. I watch your stuff, man. You're great. The way you break down the game. That's I'm honored to have you in the chat, man. That's really cool. And so we got Deluded Guna there, Deluded Guna there, man. Check him out, man. He's all subbed up, bro. Check him out. He's got some excellent content, and the way he breaks down football and Arsenal is wicked. Hopefully, 3 points for us tomorrow, man. But hey, we'll see. We're probably going to be second place come 8 o'clock tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway, then not going to football. Let me go into love the dude. All right, let me go into this, man. So let's talk about Christmas. And I wanted to, like, when I do these things, I like to go on like Reddit because I find Reddit is like a yeah, man. Well, good. Well, you always watch this channel, yeah, right? That's sick, bro. I love that, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Please keep watching. All right, but anyway, let me get into it. Right. Right. So yeah, I like to go into Reddit because I always find that it's a fascinating source of find out people's stories, what people feel about society in general. And I was trying to find something on Christmas, and I found this Reddit story. This is I found this Reddit story. I'm gonna read it, man. It's quite interesting. Let me know what you think about this, man. And I thought it broke down the kind of topics we're gonna chat about, the theme of today's show. So Okay, so it says, I'm still knackered from Christmas. So this was last year's Christmas. I'm still knackered from Christmas, to be honest, and I need a proper moan because Christmas this year was just rubbish. I know that sounds ungrateful, but I can't shake this feeling that the magic's completely gone. Do you remember when we were kids? Christmas Eve felt endless. I'd lie there listening for Father Christmas, um, and everything felt possible. Christmas morning was pure wonder. Even the smell of my mum's roast potatoes felt like part of the magic. Everyone was happy, everyone was together. It felt special, you know? Now, bloody exhausting is what it is. This year I spent weeks shopping for presents that nobody seemed to be bothered about. My daughter opened her main gift, said thanks, and immediately asked if she can go on her phone. My son played with his new stuff for about 20 minutes before he went on TikTok. The wife got me socks and a Waterstones voucher, which fine, but hardly inspiring. And the actual day was a nightmare. We hosted this year, and my sister-in-law made these passive aggressive comments about the turkey being dry. My dad spent half of the dinner on his mobile. The kids were fine over the telly. Someone knocked over a full glass of red wine on the carpet, and by 8 p.m. I was standing in the kitchen surrounded by washing up, absolutely shattered, thinking this is what I spent a month preparing for. I keep trying to work out when it changed. Was it when we had kids? When my parents got older and we had to start hosting? When everyone got smartphones and stopped being present for anything? Or, and this is really bothers me, was it never actually the way I remembered it? I mentioned to my mum how magical Christmas used to be when we were little, and she actually laughed. She said, "Are you joking? Those Christmases were chaos. You and your brother fought constantly. One year you cried because you got the wrong Action Man. I was stressed out every single year, and I don't remember that. My kids were healthy, my family's here, we can afford presents and nice dinner. I should be grateful. I am grateful, but I can't help feeling like we've lost something, and I don't know if it's Christmas that's changed or just me. Maybe this is what's getting older is watching the magic drain out of everything. You can't have that Christmas morning feeling when you're the one that had to stay up until midnight building bloody trampoline and somehow produce a Jamie Oliver level dinner while managing everyone's expectations. I miss it, you know. I miss the feeling of Christmas. I miss being able to being a kid instead of the exhausting adult. I miss believing in the magic instead of being responsible for creating it. And the worst part, my kids probably won't remember any of this stress. They remember some perfect golden version where everything was magical, just like I do. Then they grow up and feel exactly like I do now. Like Christmas isn't what it used to be. The Christmas we remember versus the Christmas we have, the gap just keeps getting wider. So I read that, like, I was like, wow, when I read that, man. What do you think of that? Because some bits I agree, and some bits I don't. So he's basically saying it's only when you're a kid that's when you feel the magic, but when you get older, it's more stressful. And listen, I ain't gonna lie, like life's. Do you know what I mean? When you're a kid, I think you get to enjoy it and do the countdown. And I remember back in the day, I was doing the countdown from Bonfire Night. That was like the last sort of entertainment, last sort of event in the calendar before the lead up to Christmas. But I guess when you're a parent, you still got you're an adult, and this adult in life is a bit hard, you know. So at some aspects of it, I agree with. But I was speaking to someone about this, and they're older than me. They're a couple decades older than me, and he was saying no, it has changed because he used to enjoy Christmas because he got the excitement for his kids. You know, he got the excitement from having a family over, and I think he was saying how there was less distractions than there are now. The only distractions were the TV and the presents, but now you've got so many distractions. You know, for me, the holidays, the Christmas, I would admit it doesn't feel the same anymore because the magic used to be there, and I think it is generally gone, and it's been replaced by more stress, pressures. You got the same sort of routine, I guess, over again, over and over again. But I think it's mainly the pressure. I think the main thing about it is the money, the financial stress of it, the financial stress of just living. I think it's got to us. There's also a selfishness in the world now that was more, I don't know, it just feels more tangible than it used to be, you know? You know, times move fast as well. People change. Memories from the past remind you of what's missing now. So that makes it worse because you know you used to have good ones. And I used to have some great Christmases. I used to have Christmases. Oh my gosh. So I used to have it. It always used to be me and my mum. Me and my mum. And I remember we used to have some proper broke Christmases. I remember one Christmas. I don't know how old I was a kid. Um, my dad, I think he was around at that Christmas, but I think he spent the money for the alcohol. Like he blew it all, and yeah, that was a mad one. Like I think, yeah, my mum gave him money to get some drinks, and my man blew it. Like, but that's another story. That's another story. Anyway, but we were at that time. Things were it was tight. I remember we had a plant, and that was our Christmas tree, man. I remember this little plant like that, kind of a couple feet high. And I remember like some of it'd be hiding because some of the things like the chairs and stuff would be bigger than the plant, so you couldn't see it. So you had to really put it in the open and put tinsel on it. And we had to buy these Christmas cards. You can get like one for like, I don't know, 50p for like a dozen of them or something like this. And then we use that as a decoration. So we get string, we type the string and put the Christmas cards on that to have decorations. Instead of lights, we're using that. Yeah, this is, bro. I remember one time she bought a packet of socks, man, and then she opened up the socks and wrapped them individually. Um, so it looked like there was more presents. Yeah, that was one of the Christmases I can remember. The wickedest thing is that was probably one of my favorite Christmases. Now you tell that to someone, you're like, you crazy, like, what are you talking about? What did you? And I didn't get no amazing present or anything like that, but it just, when you're young, I guess, yeah, you just have that energy where you're just like, you just want people to be happy, you know? So it was amazing anyway. And you believe in the whole Santa Claus, and which was wild because we had a radio. We didn't have no chimney. So I used to be always looking at that radio thinking, how's my man doing this? Like, is he coming from the valve or something? I literally used to go there, just examine it, thinking, like, looking around, like, how's he getting through here though? Because I used to get worried Santa wouldn't come, innit? Because I remember I always wanted a rocking horse. I never got that rocking horse. So I was like, yeah, Santa's let me down with that one. But I was like, how's he getting it? Is he coming from the door? Because don't tell me he's coming for them gaps in the radiator, innit? But I used to like that. I remember the Toys R Us adverts. Just thinking about it, I guess maybe you do get more excitement when you're a kid. I remember watching the Toys R Us adverts and they were just, even though weren't going to get toys from there, it's just exciting to see that stuff, you know? Um, and then, you know, sometimes I spend it at our house, or sometimes I go to my Aunt Yoris, and she used to live in Balham at that time. And she always used to have who's that guy? Cliff Richards. I was Christmas time, mistletoe and what? She loved him, innit? But she used to have mad presents there, innit? She had a bit more cash on the hip, innit? So yeah. And then we'd get the TV times, because the TV times used to come out a month before. So you go on the TV times, you circle your programs. And we used to have issues there because I want to watch a Christmas special there or some cartoon or something. But my mum would want to watch something and it clash at the same time. So like, oh no, if you got that one, I've got the next one we circle. Like it was fun, man. It was fun doing that. And a lot of the time when the day came, you didn't watch half them programs. But it was fun to do that. Thinking, oh, it's the Only Fools and Horses special, Chris special, EastEnders, who's dying tonight, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. It sounds a bit morbid, but yeah, that was, I don't know, man. It was just cool. And then you had the top of the pops as well. What was going to be the Christmas number one? Even football, you know, it was going to be He's going to be top at Christmas. Then you go John Lewis. You had the John Lewis lights, and you have people doing their street lights. But you have the John Lewis lights. You go there, and they always had classy lights. You know, you get the mum be getting a turkey in. You go shopping, and you got that buzz. You had that buzz in the area, that excitement. I can't describe it. If you were there, you were there. If you know, you know. You go through, you have that buzz. You be in a checkout. And then the woman be saying, you know, she'd be like, oh, you know, you're looking forward to Christmas, making conversation while you're packing the stuff. And then, like, you know, oh, Merry Christmas. And you can't really say that now. Now it's like you got to have to say Happy Holidays because you might offend someone and all this kind of nonsense. You know. But then people delivery drivers have the Christmas hats on, you give them a tip and all these kind of things. And man, it was just different. I remember that the search for the turkey and the ham. We used to always start in the morning. We get the ham and a Bucks Fizz. That'd be for the breakfast. I don't know if it's a Caribbean thing, but that's how we used to do it. We have the ham. We, Christmas Eve we'd eat like paupers, but all the money would be put into Christmas Day, the food. That's where the money went. The food, And obviously, some years it was broke, but other years it was a bit more better. And we have the nice turkey and stuff like that. Oh, my mum's stuffing was amazing. It was amazing. She literally, I remember her soaking the fruit. She'd soak fruit for the cake, the Christmas pudding like thing. She'd be soaking them fruit for months prior in rum, just soaking them in rum. And yeah, man, you'll have that Christmas cake, and that'll be or black cake, call it, or fruit cake. And then yeah, man, you get drunk off the bite of the cake, man. But yeah, I remember that. I remember that feeling. Who remembers that feeling? Let me go back into chat, man. Let me go back into chat. Who remembers that good old fashioned feeling, man? Um, okay, Logic Bear. I have great memories of Christmas in the 90s. Waking up to a bike. Ah, that would have been amazing. Did it have the bow on it as well? Up to the bike. Being an annual, yeah, before devices, video games, and everything became digitized. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss my grandparents. A generation went through a lot with the wars, and they were more real and genuine, strong, God loving people. Yeah, man. I bet you get spam callers. Hey, man. Not yet, but probably will do soon, innit? Probably will do soon. Um, Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. I still love watching old Christmas movies and listening to old Christmas songs. I'm not bothered about gift giving and receiving gifts. I was more, yeah, the fun thing with gifts, I was actually more, I preferred giving gifts, actually, weirdly enough. I was like looking at the people's faces, their reactions, you know. But to be honest, the main thing was the food and getting people together. Do you know what I'm saying? What's your yeah, man, let me know what your favorite Christmas movies is, man. Because I used to love my favorite Christmas movie was Scrooged with what's the guy called? I can't remember. But not Scrooged. Not Dan Aykroyd, the other one. The other one from Ghostbusters. But I can't remember his name right now. But I used to love that movie. And I used to love that movie only because of the ending. Because if you've seen it, he goes into like the spiel, because basically it's based on the Charles Dickens story about Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge. But it's like a modern take on it. And I used to love the movie because at the end, he does this kind of monologue where he's like talking about how he feels it now. It's not just about Christmas isn't a crock. It's about, the time where everyone's a little bit nicer, more happy, they want to help people. You know what I mean? It's that goodness. And he does that whole kind of spiel. Proper emotional, like you can see him like eyes watering up, getting into it. And I used to love that because I used to be like, yeah, that's what it's about, man. It's about the happiness, people kind of getting together, putting your troubles aside. You usually have a rocky year, but then at Christmas, you kind of put it on hold. You kind of put it on hold and just be in that moment where people are together. And I don't know if it's because of phones or social media, but it seems like everyone's a bit more like separated more than they were before. Everyone's a bit more divided. Yeah, Bill Murray. Bill Murray. Yeah, that's it. Bill Murray. Thank you, John Paul. Bill Murray. Yeah, he does that spiel, man, and that's like, yeah, yeah. That scene there, that kind of captured it. But I want to talk about. So I talked about how Christmas was. I want to kind of talk about how it is now. I want to talk about how it feels and all those good feelings where everything kind of felt possible, and yeah, that's all gone now. And it didn't leave gradually. One year you kind of realize you were going through, you was loving it, and the next thing you realize you're just going through the motions. You're putting up the same sort of decorations in the same spots, playing the same songs, making the same food, and then all of a sudden it kind of comes redundant. It's like the illusion goes from it. And then instead of the food, you're thinking how much it's going to cost, and you're thinking how much it's going to set me back, and then you're thinking, oh gosh, we're going to be spending a lot of money over Christmas. What about January? It's going to be a tough month, and then the real life issues come involved, man. You know, and you got the weight expectations as well. Because I think when you're an adult, you have to think about, okay, I'm hosting Christmas, so I'm going to be giving a present. So I had to make sure I've got the perfect gifts. I've got the perfect decoration at home. I attend the gatherings that I need to attend. I cook the meal, make sure it's right, and no one's cussing me over how dry it is. Be cheerful. Make it special for, you got kids, and I've got a kid, so I've got to do that. And I think when you was young, you kind of just was in the motions. It happened to you, you know. What's that? Vic says, I used to work on Xmas Day and avoid the stress of pleasing everyone. That's an idea, man. Working on the actual day. That's crazy, man. You know what I wanted to do? I always thought about like having a Christmas by myself, but I never had that because even my mum and my sisters always want me there. And now I've got a kid, so I can't, I've got family, so I can't do it. But I always thought the saving my money, man, is turning the phone off, you know what I mean? But yeah, that goes to the financial burden of it. I mean, let's be brutally honest, man. Christmas is blimmin' expensive, and most of us are kind of broke. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100, man. Most of us are going for a tight one. Credit card bills in January. You know, the guilt of when you can't buy what people want on that time. You got to. I used to have that with my sister, my younger sisters, because they were like kids, man. They love Christmas. And then sometimes I remember if it's a hard month, I'll be like, oh, don't worry, I'll get you that thing in January, innit? Like, so you have that kind of shame of, oh, I can't get a present. And they didn't mind, but I mind. Do you know what I mean? Or if you're going to a house, if you're going to someone's dinner, you're thinking, oh, gosh, I can't. Man, they got how many siblings in that bloody house? I've got to get a gift for all of them, man. I don't want to go there. You know? You got the anxiety of pretending you're doing better than you actually are. Hey, how's it going? That's actually the reason why I'm actually doing this live today. Because I usually do my lives on Saturday, but I'm actually going to a Christmas party tomorrow with friends. One I want to go, not a work one where I'll try to avoid that the plague, but one where I want to go. But I know that the questions are going to be asked, yeah, how's it going, man? How's it going with your work? And I don't want people to feel sorry for me, like, oh, yeah, man, I've been signed up for stress, innit? Like, you get them looks. When you start talking about stress and stuff like that, I notice you get them looks, man. I'm kind of like, oh, right, you're all right. They almost, I think maybe guys, you don't know how to, some guys don't know how to approach that. I'm fine. It's just the work thing that gets me down. Other than that, I'm cool. But then you got to, almost like you got to think of a script in it. Like you want to keep it friendly. You don't want to be putting no issues on anyone or making anyone feel out of place and, a bit awkward. So I'm like, got to think, oh, you got to say something, that's feasible. You know what I mean? So you got to do that. Then you got the commercial side of it, especially when you go on social media, see all these things on Instagram, and you got to spend the money. If you love her or if you love it, you got to make sure you spend that money to show you do. All this kind of stuff, man. Plus, time moves too fast. Christmas comes faster every year. Did you not notice that? Like Christmas just came like that out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? You know. I don't think it's because time's speeding up, but it's because life is fuller now. Life is heavier, it's more complicated. You blink and it's December again. Another year, another Christmas, you know, another Christmas where you're meant to do things differently, feel things differently, and be different, but it isn't the case. And every passing year, you kind of realize this is what Christmas is now. And people change as well. People can't, you've got people there that would be there in your Christmas time, and you have the family there, and then they go. Sometimes Christmas, for me, it kind of reminds you of who's missing now. The people that used to attend don't attend anymore. The person who isn't calling anymore, that usually there all the time, find out, what time should I be there for Christmas? This isn't there. They got their own issues. Maybe you've got family members who passed away, or a lot of people that drifted away, relationships that ended, and you got your version of yourself that used to believe in the magic of it. But that's why I did a video on this on TikTok where I saw these houses and had these mad decorations, man, and I was like, whoa, this looks sick. Like I did a video on it on TikTok, and it's these three houses, and they got this mad sort of not quite Only Fools Del Boy level, but it's just still mad colourful. Like lights are going off. They've got little ornaments outside, Santa Claus, all that kind of stuff. I was like, yo, man, you know what? I respect it, man, because I kind of get the sense no one's kind of feeling it this year. Um, so I kind of respected it, and I actually sent him a letter, man. Like, well, not a letter, a card, just to say thank you for keeping that magic, because it must be hard, to keep that up. You know. Um, Let me go for the comments, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to turn the phone lines on, man. Before we go any further, let me turn the phone lines on. So let me put the you want to get it cracking, you want to call in, talk about what you're feeling about Christmas, or if you want to talk about something else, you can talk about something else. So number is scrolling there, 07521 398 982. That is the number. What we got a lot of comments, man. Love Home Alone 1 and 2. Oh man, yeah, Home Alone's a classic, man. That's a good one. I actually don't. A lot of people prefer Home Alone 2. I actually prefer Home Alone 1. I don't know. I just feel it's more Christmassy to me, anyway. Um, I think it's more. Hold on. I think it's more that you begin to realize that it's a commercialized event designed to take your money and give you headaches. It's a time of year when most domestics happen too. Interestingly, I did not know that. Really? Okay, I did not know that. I know you get a lot of arguments and stuff on Christmas dinner and stuff like this, but see, that's probably due to finances. Why you're getting the arguments? That's interesting. Um, yeah, that is interesting. Like, I'm just thinking about it, and actually, it does kind of lend credence to the Christmas I do remember. There were a few arguments that was around. I remember one time where my dad had me one year for Christmas, and he took me to my dad's side of the family, and I hated it. I hated it, and I wanted to go back home. And he was angry. He was getting annoyed at that I wasn't happy there, and then he was talking. He argued with my mum over the phone, and yeah, I remember that one, man. Um, yeah, you'd miss it if you didn't. Xmas by yourself sucks. Have you had it by yourself, Georgina? Have you experienced that? I'd love to just experience it, just to know, but that's not going to happen, man. Um, I've worked at Christmas because I have to have no life. I don't know. Jesus, man, hopefully you try and get a life, man. Um, but hey, some people want to work on Christmas. It sounds like, So hey, my father always used to work on Christmas Day. He got a handsome paycheck each year. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I heard about that. Doing the Christmas hours, you get paid good. And at the end of the day, it's all about the money, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the money makes the world go around. If we didn't have to rely on money so much, I think we'd be more freer. But that's a different story in itself. An officer was telling me that they get loads of domestic violence calls over Christmas period, more than any other time of year. Jesus. Christmas is so commercialized and the rest. Yeah, man. Let me see. I missed the early 2000s. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what, as well? I used to be in this thing because I know there's a lot of links to Christmas, and if you want to go that route, like some sort of demonic kind of links to there, and if you want to put your conspiracy theory hat on, like they say Jesus wasn't born on that day and all this kind of stuff, and I used to be proper into that, but that with the whole rituals and music and stuff like that, I'm not so much into that. I'm more into the bigger things. I used to proper be into the Illuminati. She's doing the symbol with her hands, and I used to be in all those things, and I'm like, yeah, it probably happens, but you have to not go into it. Hold on 1 second. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, hello.
Hello.
How's it going, man? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I've called before. It's Ryan from the Isle of Wight.
How you doing, Ryan? What you got to say?
Um, Christmas has definitely changed. Does not feel the same.
How old are you?
I'm 37.
37. Okay. And when did you think it changed, and why?
Well, I think sort of like the last sort of like 4 or 5 years. No, no. Do you know what? I would go back even further. I'd say the last 10 years.
10 years. And
Yeah, I think it's to do with technology.
I think it's technology. So do you?
Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
I remember when I was a kid, even just little thing like getting like is it like Quality Streets or the other
Ah,
one, the Tin, the Roses,
roses.
and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, like that was exciting, like, and that was enough on the day, just that. And then you got your presents, and it was just the simple things. You weren't thinking about what anyone else was doing, what's on Instagram, what's you was just in the moment.
Yeah, yeah. Gosh, that brings me back, man. I used to ruin my dinner over that. I used to eat too much of the
Yeah,
roses. Okay, and I went hungry for the dinner. I remember that. But
yeah,
yeah, you're right. You kind of used to be in the now, innit? You used to be present.
yeah. Yeah, you were just in that moment, like your mum and your dad or whoever was doing something in the other room, doing cooking dinner. You didn't think about anything else other than just opening your presents, watching maybe Top of the Pops or a few channels or whatever was on, some crap on TV, or you'd be bored and you just accept it, and that was the day.
Yeah, yeah. And you also with the top of the pops thing, you also it's more of a collective because now people stream, you have your own playlist, Spotify, so everyone's listening to different
Yeah,
things. But that was focalized. You had that was the only music that you can get that you can listen to, so everyone
yeah,
was aware of it. So so
we all had it in common.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just everything's fractured. Like there's too many people doing too many different things. Like you say, there's like 101 different music streaming channel. Yeah, like there's no one's got anything in commons. Like the world's I don't know.
What's your out
Some
of curiosity? What's your favorite Christmas movie? Do you have one?
Christmas movie.
Yeah,
Someone recommended that one you said earlier, the Bill Murray one. I haven't seen that. It's supposed to be good.
yeah,
Um, Home Alone's good, isn't it? That's a classic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The first one for me.
Yeah,
That's good.
and
So
the original. Yeah, the Santa Claus movie is quite good as well.
so
Can't
so
think what it's called.
So tell me something. So with Christmas, are you like now? Are you looking forward to it? You just want it over with? Like
I
how are
don't,
you?
to me, it's not. It's more for the kids, isn't it? But you think like I think to myself, is my son seeing it the same way that I saw it? You know, when we like in the '90s, as you know, like when you're young, you're a kid. Is it the same excitement? I don't know if it is. I don't think they have the same feelings around it.
Mm, yeah, gosh, I
I
don't
could be
know.
wrong.
Yeah, hopefully they do, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's hard, isn't it? Because you start thinking, is it just me? Maybe because I'm older, maybe it's that. But then you hear other people that that say the same thing. Even younger people say I was better before that they can remember than it is.
Yeah,
Every year it kind of, I don't know, something decreases for men. I just think that yeah, social media, just more stresses in life, man. I think we've got so much on our bloody
yeah,
plates now. In general, like
yeah,
you just kind of cooked before even Christmas comes, man. You're broken. You're just surviving over it. You've had a rough year financially. You're just trying to get through, and then Christmas. Oh, you go. Here we go. Got to spend more. So that
yeah,
kills some of the magic already.
yeah.
So yeah, I think
Might just be being an adult.
yeah, it might be, man. When life really lives, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah,
But thanks, man. Thanks for calling in. I
yeah.
hope
No
you do
worries.
enjoy your Christmas with your family, man.
Yeah, you take.
Okay, take care. Take care. Bye
All right,
bye.
bye, bye.
Yeah, maybe it is when you're older. I don't know. Like, it just feels like a struggle, doesn't it? For me, anyway, it does. Like, this year has been mad, and I mean mad. You're kind of crawling to the finish line, and you've got this. But I do hope that the children do get the enjoyment of it. Like, I don't want it to be less for them. I have a feeling it could be, but I want it to be that magic. And obviously I have my daughter, so I'm trying my best to. She's 2, so she's gassed by the lights and stuff like this, but she don't really know. She knows Santa Claus, but not that. She ain't there yet. A couple more years and she'll be there. But I want her to have the magic of it. I know some people say, "Oh, Christmas is commercial." I get it, but I just like that magic because I used to love Christmas more on my own birthday, and I used to feel something about it, which is why I don't know. I just feel like a lot of stuff we have now it just feels like a lesser version of the thing it was before. For instance, I don't know, carnival, going out clubbing or parties, um, doing things, just things in general, watching programs, even football. Like for me, football isn't the same. It used to be exciting. it can be exciting now, but it just seems so formulaic. It doesn't seem more flourish. It just seems it's actually like a small microcosm to the macrocosm, like a little sample of life. Football, you kind of see that as of you see the way it is, where it's like all formulaic and athletes and scientific and structured, and but before it was more flair. It was like people go out have pints, man, before the match, and they go and start playing and do all these, just be free to roam, doing all these, skills and weren't so many systems. That's kind of how it feels like in the real world, in society. It just feels very sterile, Even when you look at like houses and stuff like this, and the way buildings are, when you go inside, it's very whitish and very, what's the word, like, I can't even think of the word, but hospitalized, and just very white and bright lights and these fluorescent lights. And but when you look at the old pictures, man, it was warm, colorful. They had the furniture there, the patterned curtains and stuff like this, the fire, and it just feels more warmth. That's how life feels, you know. Oh man, John Paul, Die Hard, yeah, but I'm not having that. It's a Christmas movie, man. I know people say it's a Christmas movie, but Die Hard's a banging movie. It's one of my favorites, but is it a Christmas movie? What do you people think? I don't know, man. Working antisocial hours all the time is no fun either. Still need a social life. Yeah. Christmas has turned into a competition. Who has spent the most money on the kids? Who has the best decorations, the biggest tree, etc.? It's a joke. I'll tell you what it is. It's sorry, I didn't put your comment up. It's definitely, it's a lot of people consuming. I've noticed that a lot of people just buying stuff just for the sake of it. You have your decoration stuff, and then they buy more decorations, and over consuming and over consumption. You go out and just people just buying, buying, buying. There is that aspect of it, but I think it's a bit, it's a bit too much. Jingle All the Way, yeah, that's a banger. Nah, that Jingle All the Way is a banger, man. That is. The Santa Claus. Who is in the Santa Claus? Was it the guy that played? I'm so bad with names. If you don't know, if it's the first time you've been on my channel, you're gonna know I'm terrible with names. But in Santa Claus, is that the guy that played Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story? Is he the guy? Because I know he does a lot of Christmas movies where he's like Santa. I see people in the chat, man. TikTok, what's going on? Fernanda D, Mags, Suspect, Renee, what's going on, people? What's going on? Sorry if I missed your comment, man. Yeah, let's see. What's that? Who let you down, man? Your friends let you down. That's a shame, man. Yeah, football is boring and robotic. Hey, actually, I don't know if you got deluded in the chat still, but yeah, managers like Pep Guardiola and Arteta are part of the reason why it's so robotic. In my opinion, they've brought this system playing where it's kind of just dry as hell, man. And no offense, but the Spanish football team as well, when they started getting into their pomp, just outpassing teams, there's no flair to it. Man, I'm from the era of Brazil, man. I was always a Brazil fan. You know what I mean? Ronaldo, Barbeto, Leonardo. Oh man, I loved all that. Dunga, all these Brazilian, man. Oh, that flair. And that's kind of like life. It's more flair, more exciting. Yeah, Gascoigne for England. Yeah, Ian Wright doing a bogle and all that kind of stuff. Like, it just seems so, everything, the football now is structured. You got to make that run. When I say make that run, if you don't make that run, you're off. Like, that's how I see football now. That's why it's not, yeah, Benjamin. It's, too systematic. Players have no freedom. Yes, exactly. They have to fit a system. It's not even about skill, Everything was better in the past. Movies, music, people, communities. Yeah. Now, young people are going to say, oh, you old people are just saying that because you're old and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sorry, man. Like, I believe this. And there's some young people that, like my sisters, they agree. They think the old music was way better, than now. And yeah, movies, it just seems like all the ideas have been done. So now you've got all these remakes. You know, you got remakes, even some of the music they're sampling old music. And listen, music in the 90s did the same thing, so I can't really say that. Communities, we have definitely had more communities back then. Uh, yeah, I've heard this. Yeah, Die Hard is Christmas movie. It takes place on Christmas Eve, has Christmas music and references. All right, man. All right, man. I ain't gonna. It just don't feel like one, but I'll bow to your judgment there. That's why I stay away from work colleagues, personal lives. It's always about who has better life than the other. Quick question: has everyone had their Christmas parties? Those who are working and not signed off for mental stress like me. Um, have you still got your? Have you done your Christmas parties? I'd love to know. Let me know in the chat, man. How was it? I saw a picture of one of my work's Christmas party, man, and they actually had to. It was a black tie event, so I'm so glad I wasn't there. Anyway, yeah, they had the Dickie bows and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I did not need that. I did not need that at all. Um, but let me know, man. Was your Christmas party the bee's knees? Was it good? Was it fun? I remember the best ever Christmas party I went to. Sorry, you'll notice there's no real structure to this. Sorry, this is like a free fall, just Christmas themed. The best, the best party I ever had was IKEA. Man, that was the best ever Christmas party I ever had. It was wild. Like they had drinks all over the gaff. Like it was unlimited booze. Everyone was kind of just fun. People doing some crazy stuff. It was a vibe, man. But IKEA was a vibe in general. That was like going to a youth club. I remember I was so ill, but I had to still come in to work. I was like, if I miss it, like if I miss a day, I miss all the gossip, I miss all the juicy bits. I have to go in, or I'm behind on information. That was oh man. I used to wake up getting excited to go to work. Listen to those words. I used to wake up being excited to go to work. How many people on this chat say that about their job? Real talk. Let me know. Tim Allen. Yeah, there you go. Tim Allen, man. John Paul, I swear you're like I'm the one that kind of puts, who's that guy? You always come up with a name, man. I like our relationship here. Tim the Toolman Tyler, who was actually a CIA informant, which I remember watching this documentary. Yeah, he was a snitch, man. Yeah, he was involved in some crooked people. Buzz Lightyear, man, being naughty. Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. Football is absolutely robotic, probably fixed too. Yeah, probably. But it's just boring. Like, I'm sorry, like I check highlights. I don't. You know what? I check highlights. I check Arsenal content creators or football content creators like Deluded, like people like that. Sometimes AFTV, but people like Deluded and stuff. I check them, and then I check the highlights. You'll be hard pressed to find me watch a full match. Only time I do is the internationals, the World Cup, not the internationals where they do it throughout the Premier League, the season, but when it's like World Cup or Euros, then I like to watch football. Then, but just watching normal football is boring, man. MJ, have you watched It's a Wonderful Life starring James? Yeah. James Stewart, 1946. Yeah, I have. I haven't in a long time, but that was a good movie, man. That was a beautiful movie. Those sort of movies, man, it makes you stop in your tracks and remember what it's all about. You know, that emotion of it. I love those movies, man. Speaking of football, what's happening with Liverpool? Well, Liverpool are they're flopping, isn't it? But let's just hope that I feel like Arsenal on a bit of a bumpy. We're a bit it's not so a sure thing. Before they were saying we've already wrapped up the league, we were the best, we were scary, we were monsters, and now we could be 2 points behind Man City in our match tomorrow. So I'm worried about Man City. I'm worried about us. I'm worried about injuries. Our biggest rival is injuries. It's not Man City. It's injuries. That's our biggest rival. We keep getting them. Yeah. A Wizard of Oz, Annie, etc. are always shown at Christmas. Yeah. Who watches Oliver? Everyone watch Oliver. I used to love Oliver, man. Oh, the snowman. Yeah. Flying through the air. Apparently, that movie used to make me cry when I was a kid. Yeah, that movie used to make me cry. When I was a kid, three movies made me cry when I was a kid. The Snowman, I don't know what I think when he melts, I'm crying, innit? When he melts. That, what's another movie? See, I don't care. I'll just tell all, man, even if it's embarrassing or not. So that movie used to make me cry. E.T., yeah, that movie, I was a goner. when he's in the hospital. When they find him, he's all pale, ET, and they get in the hospital and he's like dying with the kid, but then the kid gets better and the ET's still dying. Yeah, I'm in bits. And All Dogs Go to Heaven. I remember my dad, that was the only cinema he took me to, the only movie in the cinema. And I watched All Dogs Go to Heaven. Nah, that I wasn't right. I wasn't right. That dog dies, man. The dog dies. And the little kid's like, why have you got to go? And my man's floating to heaven. Like, yeah, that movie wrecked me. That movie wrecked me, man. I miss players like Dennis Bergkamp. So, yeah, man. Love them players, man. Old school. GCSE level maths 2025. Cool name. Hi, I'm new to your page. I've subscribed. I love your videos. You're the only real person on here. Thank you, man. I'm sure there's others, but I appreciate that. Thank you for that. We've kind of gone off a tap. We're just talking Christmas, man. But yeah, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, man. You know how we do this. Videos every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, and a live stream either Friday or Saturday. Oh, we've got a special live stream in the works on the 2nd of January. I'm gonna have a guest on the show, and we're gonna be doing some New Year stuff. But I'll send a post closer to the date. But yeah, check out the 2nd of Jan at 10 o'clock, man. It'll be like a New Year's, New Beginnings video. It's gonna be live. I can feel it already. Mum of Many, the glory of God, for the glory of God. Music was way better. People actually played instruments, performed their songs, and each person had their own sound. Now it's all sounds the same, no talent necessary. I watched this video, and I think it was Nelly talk about how his era was one of the hardest, and he was going up against Ludacris, Eminem, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, DMX. He was going up against them. And you know the funny thing about that? All of those people I mentioned sounded different. They all had their unique sound. Eminem, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, DMX, they all had their own sound. Jay-Z, they all had their own sound. But they were big. Think about it now. Some of these guys, they all sound the bloody same to me, man. They all sound the same. Like it's cool to copy people's flows. Yeah, people like Snoop, Nas, everyone had their own flow. Biggie, Tupac, they had their own flow, man. Their own sound. Yeah. I'm excited for the World Cup in 2026. Excited isn't the word I'd use to describe it, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But when it gets closer to it, I get excited, but at this moment, no. Yeah, nothing beats early 90s, 2000s. Yeah, man, they were goated those years, man. Oh, man. I think we've come too far in technology. I miss going on teletext. I know that's mad to say, but I miss going on teletext or find out the scores or checking out the magazine for the TV times. And when we all had the same channels, we all had BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 came later on. We all had those channels. So we kind of all had to watch the same things. Now you got so many bloody streaming platforms, you know. We could all watch the same things in those days, man. You get the special, and you had to be at that certain time to watch it. There's no repeats, so you had to make sure you tuned in at 9 or 8 or whatever. EastEnders was lit. I'm a big Mitchell's fan. I love Phil Mitchell in his pop. Now I don't know what the hell's going on there, but like, is he still in it? I don't even know, but. Mitchells and stuff, and then you find either someone was caught having an affair and there'd be some tape playing when they're all having their Christmas dinner, or someone's murdered and you're going to find out who the killer was. Man, those days there. Having the crackers, you would play a game, we'd play a board game. I don't know, whatever game it was we'd be playing. I can't remember the games. We'd play a game. Yeah, man, we'd have the dessert. Man, everyone be there. Everyone have the, man, just looking at it, man. And my mum used to do with my sisters. My mum used to she'd do a thing where, you know, they were young, so she makes all like this little biscuits, cookies, and stuff on the table, and they're half eaten. And then she'd have the stockings just sneak into the room, put little toys in their stockings. Man, those were the days. That's what I want for my family now. I want to do that for my family. I want to do that. Dress up as Santa Claus. I know it's like, you know, it's a con and all this kind of stuff. But I just want them to have that magic, because it's all good saying all this stuff. I ain't the same, but I respect people that try to make it better, that try to change this world for the better, man. Because it's in a bad place. Society, I think, yeah, the West, England, UK, whatever, it's in a bad place. Um, it's in a place full of depression, anxiety, fear, greed, selfishness. And we just need, when people do these lights and stuff like that and they do these things, I respect it. Because I think we recognize something needs to be done, man. It's not good how it is now. It's not healthy. It's not going in the right direction. So I want to keep that magic. I want to bring that magic back. And I don't care if, you're stupid for doing that kind of stuff. Some of the things I talk about are sometimes harboring on the negative, because I'm pointing out things that are going on. But I like to talk about the positive as well, when it needs to be spoken about, some of the good that people do. And the neighbors, these neighbors that I have on my road, they are great. They are amazing. And I hope they know how good they are. You know what was sad? I was driving, because I always drive through, and then we slow down. We go 5 miles an hour. So my daughter's there. She's in the back seat. I've picked her up from nursery, and I go, all right, you ready for the Christmas lights? And it's this massive smile on her face. And we drive, and like, yeah, look. And she look out left, and like, I start shaking, man. I'm looking at her. She loves it. The lights are flickering and stuff like this, And I remember I was driving, and there's people putting on their Christmas lights on the other side of the road. They had the ladder, and they're all the family out there. I lowered the windows down. And I said, "Merry Christmas," and they kind of jumped, like, but it was like a shock. Like, it's like, oh, do we do that? It's like, but they seem so relieved. I'm like, oh, Merry Christmas, or have a great. They were so gassed by it. They're like, have a good New Year as well. And it kind of felt like they weren't expecting it, because no one does that anymore. I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but this is a Christian country, and Christmas was a big thing in this country. It used to be. And we used to be able to say Merry Christmas without offending people. We should still say that. I don't want to offend any other religion or whatever, but what's wrong with saying Merry Christmas? You work in these companies, you can't even say it. You can't even put an email saying that. You got to be happy holidays and all this kind of stuff. What's wrong with saying Merry Christmas? I want to say Merry Christmas. I've been saying that to people. Some people look to me weird. Some people lies like, I go, oh, you Merry Christmas to you too. Because it's like, it feels like you're saying code now. It feels like a secret password or something. It should be normal to say these things. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm gonna go for a few more messages. Let me stop we had one call which is good. I'm gonna stop the call. Stop the take off the line, because we're gonna wrap up soon. Let me just do this before someone calls and gets disappointed. I've blocked I've blocked the number now. I've put an airplane mode. What I was gonna say. Let me read for a few comments before we wrap things up, man. Yes, you could identify their music. You knew whose music wax, whose each wrote unique. Yeah. Wait, I think she meant whose music was good. I get what he's trying to say there. Sorry. Okay, Louise says your perception of the world changes when you lose your innocence and see too much of the darkness when you are young. You have no, responsibilities. Yeah, I think that's true. I think, you have your essence, and think about it, man. When we were kids, what did you think when you wanted to grow up? What did you say? What did you want to be? You were like, oh, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be I don't know, I want to go to space. I want to be a firefighter, all this kind of stuff. You never said, I want to work in data entry. I want to be a marketing exec, or I want to work in sales. You never said these things. I want to be a retail product manager. Do you know what I mean? It's like you have these dreams and ambitions and stuff, and this youthfulness and this magic, and then the world just kind of crushes it out of you, man. It drains it out of you. And then you're just left with this harsh reality of what the world is, when it shouldn't be like this. Like I keep saying, no one's going to tell me that this is how the world is supposed to be. doing these jobs, waking up, going on the tube. You go on the tube, man. So I wish I could take pictures of the tube, but I'm not gonna like take pictures because people, I try to do it on the slide, but you know, but you see people, man. It's a picture. When I woke up in the morning, I haven't done it for a month or so, and you go on these tubes and you see people. It's like literally like that. People like I see guys like that, or they're just on their phone. Everyone looks cooked. Everyone looks cooked, and look the same when they're coming back home. That's not what life's supposed to be. I think a lot of people on this. I think this community knows that. That's not life. That's not what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Um. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up because I've just seen the bloody time. That was due to me starting late, but we're gonna wrap up. I can't remember the last time I heard a Jesus Christmas song on the radio. They ain't putting that, man. They ain't playing that. They ain't playing that. They ain't playing that. You're getting George Michael and all that, Mariah Carey. You ain't getting that. They should do, but you just ain't getting it. So yeah. Anyway, I think we are going to wrap up, man. I hope you have enjoyed this live stream, man. Sorry if when I was late as well. We had technical difficulties at the start, but you all managed to come on live, so I really appreciate that. I hope you've enjoyed it. This will be the last live before Christmas, so I hope you guys do have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. And yeah, I'll definitely see you after Christmas, so we have a little catch up on that and how your Christmases went. I hope everything's good with your family. And yeah, remember to check out the Patreon, man. I talk about topics that are, well, they're a bit fruity. And when I say fruity, I mean they're a bit, YouTube can't handle some of the topics we talk about on there. So yeah, check out the Patreon. Also, I haven't started the Discord because I want more people to come on and I'll start it up. But we've got the Discord server. You can book a call with me on there and just talk to me privately if you want advice on something. Only a $5 a month, man. I think that's the highest tier, I think. So check it out. Description's in the link. Link is in the description box. Yeah, so check it out. Remember, I do videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you subscribe, man. Give me the HBO special. Comment, like, subscribe. Keep engaged. Also, follow me on TikTok, and I'm on Facebook and also on Instagram. But you see videos there that you won't see on here, and vice versa. So check that out. But yeah, people, man, this has been good. I've really enjoyed this. I hope you guys have enjoyed this too. Again, Merry Christmas to you all. And yeah, man, watch out for my video on Monday. And I'll see you again. Have a good evening. And again, have a Merry Christmas. And yeah, enjoy. See you again next